Hello to everybody. FutureTrend channel is glad to welcome all of our readers. For the date of 8th of June 2018, we start our everyday analysis of major currencies. Taking into account that today is Friday, is the closing of the week, and the economic calendar is rather empty, the market is more or less focused on looming kind of important political and economic events scheduled for the end of this week and next week. Among them is, of course, G7 a meeting between the leaders of industrialized nations, and of course the market will be concentrated on the trade issues that should be raised on this during this summit. The trading relations between the United States and its major trading partners, the trader frictions, it's number one kind of topic. And from that point of view, such kind of currencies with the safe haven status like Japanese yen or Swiss franc should remain in demand, probably at the end of this week and beginning of next week, depending on the result of the G7, of course. As regarding next week, the market will be concentrated on two very important economic events. Among them is the Fed's meeting scheduled for Wednesday and the European Central Bank meeting that should take place on Thursday. And if the first one is more or less very well priced in by the market, I mean the interest rate hike from the part of the Fed is more or less priced by the market at the moment. As regarding the next one, it will be much more important for next week, and that's by the way the driving force for the euro crosses right now. I mean for the euro crosses to the upside, of course. The recent rhetoric of some members of the European Central Bank was quite encouraging for the euro bulls, because the story of the topic of exit of the ECB from ultra expensive monetary policy, it's once again on the agenda, and from this point of view the euro dollar and some other euro crosses should remain into focus among investors, and also from this point of view the euro dollar should maintain its upside reaction of the moment. Let's see the charts and let's see the technical side of the currencies. As regarding the euro dollar, after the pair tested the levels, the highs of 1.1840 during a previous trading session, the pair corrected to the level around 1.1790. While above immediate kind of uptrend that's located around 117.35, the pair should maintain its upside potential, and in that case we suggest that the pair could retest very important psychological barrier of 1.1990-120, where also lies moving average 200 daily line, at the moment around 120.10. As regarding some other currencies, the dollar yen is looking a little bit unclear at the moment, because from one point of view fundamental factors, all of them are in favor of higher dollar yen pricing, but at the same time geopolitical risks associated with G7 summit, associated with looming summit between United States and North Korea and Singapore, all such kind of events should maintain the dollar yen in the range at the moment, as we suggest. As regarding the sterling is from one point of view a little bit supported because of recent better economic indicators in the form of PMI reports, but at the same time Brexit negotiation problems of course should limit the upside potential of the cable right now. Anyway, we suggest that any kind of downtick closer to immediately uptrend located around 133.35 should present a short-term buying opportunity for you to probably to resume a current bullishness in the pair. As regarding dollar Swiss, here the Swiss franc is in demand because of political factors still persisting in Europe, because of geopolitical risks, and also because the Swiss franc and the Swiss economy showed a kind of rather good economic publications for the last time. For example, the consumer price index was 0.4% better than expected, and from this point of view the Swiss franc also should remain in demand. But of course the main priority here, the main topic theme to discuss is of course geopolitical and political risks. Some words about some other currencies, among them the Russian ruble that showed a kind of strong weakness yesterday during previous trading session. Anyways, regarding for example the dollar ruble, we suggest that the pair should remain under selling pressure while trading below current downtrend line located at 63. At the same time, the longer term uptrend located around 160.10, and while above this level the dollar ruble should maintain its upside bias. During the World Cup that should take place in Russia starting from next week, we suggest that Russian ruble should remain in the range, let's say roughly between 63 and 60.5. So you can use any kind of these extremes of this corridor to you can use to establish any kind of positions in dollar ruble, rather whether short or long. That's depending on the situation. As regarding the euro ruble, the moment is looking more encouraging the dollar ruble because of the current strength of the euro currency. But also here we don't expect of continued upside progress in the pair, because if we see the euro crosses or euro dollar, for example, up from now, probably the Russian ruble against the United States currency should also maintain the stronger bias. Anyway, also here we suggest there is two important barriers, 75 on the upside and let's say 71.5 on the downside. While inside of this range the pair should maintain its more or less neutral bias. For those interested in our strategy in the euro crosses, here it is. By the way, you can see that we established a kind of short position in the euro sterling. The pair traded above its 2017-2018 downtrend during previous trading session. Let's see the chart of the euro sterling. Also, it also tested the moving average 200 daily line located at 88.35 at the moment, but never closed above it on the daily basis. So from that point of view, probably the euro sterling should remain in the range, let's say between 88.5 and let's say 87. Very tight kind of range, but we suggest that the real kind of closing out of this range should pay the ground for another strong move in the currency. Thank you very much for all of your attention. The Future Trend channel is always with you, and we hope that you will stay with us, and we will see each other once again on Monday. It will be 11th of June. Bye bye for now.